2024 is shaping up to be one of the biggest years in flight sim for recent times. We are expecting many third-party detail releases over the year. In this video, we're going to check out the major third-party airliner releases we are expecting to potentially release in 2024. A quick disclaimer, the airliners in this video will potentially release in 2024. These releases are just educated guesses on my behalf from the latest development updates from these projects. As always, things may change and releases may get pushed back. Kicking off the first airliner in this video that we are expecting to see a release before any of the others that are mentioned in the video is the Anybuilds A320neo. The A320neo was announced on one of the Microsoft Flight Simulators development live streams. This was to be a free update to the sim and a surprise gift from the team to the community that was replacing the June DLC that was pushed back due to the movie that was pushed back to sometime this year. Anybuilds is the developer of the Neo and was originally scheduled to release with a Sim Update 14, even went as far as making the beta for that Sim Update, but was pulled back from releasing in that Sim Update 14 at the last minute due to the amount of bugs and performance improvements needed before release. The A320neo is expected to be more detailed than the default aircraft that we have seen with the original A320 release in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. In the last updated active development roadmap, the Microsoft team in late 2023 did mention that the A320neo is now scheduled to release with Sim Update 15. And it will be the first sim update for the sim in 2024. However, we don't have a confirmed date on when that will be, but we are expecting it to be within the first quarter in 2024. The next release that we are expecting to see, which is the first third-party release of the year, which is the TFDI MD11. Currently, the MD11 has been released to the closed public as a beta early access release, but it's not released just yet as to a full release for the general public. TFDI did announce the MD11 project a couple of years back, and since then, they've been in development with an early access release mid last year to a certain number of simmers who are lucky enough to jump on to a limited early access collective edition. TFDI will be able to gather much information and bugs from the collector's edition users as they improve the MD11 until its full release. That being said, with the team's latest update, the MD11 is about 80% complete and the team is expecting the project to be feature complete in January 2024. From that information, we expect the TFDI MD11 to release either Q1 or Q2 in 2024. And as with all airliners mentioned in this video, I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to check out the TFDI MD11 development page and keep up to date with their project. The next detail airliner we are expecting to release in 2024 is from Just Flight with the RJ Professional. The team's success with their recent airliner releases of the 146 Professional, Just Flight plans to release a new version of the family in 2024. In a recent development update from Just Flight in late December of 2023, they mentioned that the RJ will be the next airliner to be released from the in-house development team. In fact, a large number of systems are already completed, including air conditioning, fuel, and hydraulics. When it comes to the project, the team has also been focusing on the RJ's 3D modeling, textures, and a cockpit, as well as new features that we didn't see with the 146 release. Just Flight have overhauled all aspects of the RJ to match the differences between the aircraft and the older 146. The RJ in the real world was built from the 146 platform with many upgrades to the modernization of the aircraft and avionics systems. We can get a bit of an idea that this release from Just Flight will be a very detailed aircraft, and knowing what Just Flight's recent releases and the roadmap for 2024. That being said, we would expect to see the Just Flight Professional RJ to be released in the first half of 2024. If you are enjoying the video and the content we do here on the channel, please consider subscribing and boshing that like button. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers and we would love to have you on board before we meet that milestone. Thank you very, very much for your support. A big thank you to ProDevSims for sponsoring this YouTube video. Their products enhance your current flight simulator hardware by turning your flight controls into something closer to the real thing. The team makes different add-ons for flight controls such as Honeycomb, SciTech, and Velocity over a variety of different aircraft, including Boeing, BAE, Cessna Citation, VisionJet, TBM, just to mention a few. The current add-on I'm using at the moment is the ProDevSims new dual action Boeing 737 add-on for the Honeycomb Bravo, which features a detent flap and speed brakes. This really improves the immersion and realism of my flights. For OzFlightSim viewers, you can use this code AUSFS on checkout for a 15% discount on all ProDeskSim products. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can check out their page, and a big thank you to our friends over at ProDeskSim for sponsoring this video. AnyBuilds is another developer who shared their 2024 roadmap towards the end of last year, and they announced recently they have been developing a project in secret and they expect to release it within 2024, which is the Airbus A350. This was only a recent announcement and not much information to go off about the project, as it was merely the initial announcement, but they did mention that they will bring the 900 and 1000 variants with this release, and both the winglet versions for the 900 will be included as well. With this announcement, AnyBuilds released a screenshot of the two variants of the external models, and from the looks of that, they seem to be well in advance when it comes to the 3D modeling side. As this has only been a recent announcement from the team, we're expecting to see a release towards the end of the second part of 2024, but obviously we will keep you posted and stay up to date with any more developments from the team. The Boeing 777 is the next airliner to be released from the PMDG team in the sim after their very successful release of their 737 fleet. PMDG has only recently been providing some insights on where the project is up to date, and from the sounds of it, the progress has been coming along better than expected, and in recent developments, the update from the team PMDG did mention that 777 has entered its internal beta testing program. Within the first weeks of the beta testing program, over 200 issues were identified and the team is working through them. So far, the Boeing 777 is indicating a performance close to the 737 product line, and users with the same systems running the 737 should see a smooth performance from the 777. We are expecting to see a few months of solid testing of the Boeing 777 from PMDG, and if things go well, we expect to see a release towards the end of the first half of 2024. Bluebird Simulations of Boeing 757 had its development announcement almost 2 years ago, and it was originally scheduled to release in early 2023. The Boeing was to be released in two versions, one being an easy to fly version and the other one to be a more detailed version of the aircraft. Bluebird Simulations pushed the release back and decided then to create the most detailed version of the Boeing 757 in flight sim ever created. That was in their words, and that being said, the team have been providing community updates each month on a regular basis, and we're expecting to see a large update about the project sometime in January this year. The team has expanded their core developers and have been focusing on system coding and 3D modeling. Bluebird Simulations have hinted they plan to release the Boeing 757 sometime in 2024. However, they're not specified exactly when. As the team is focusing on providing a detailed airliner, it's a possibility it may even slip back to a 2025 release. Bluebird Simulations has mentioned that it will be ready when it's ready, and they want to make sure that the Boeing 757 is fully complete before the rest of us see it. Links in the description below for their YouTube channel if you'd like to stay up to date with the current 757 development from Bluebird Simulations. Just Flight is planning on releasing at least 2 airliners this year. The team released their high-detailed Fokker F28 in Q3 of 2023. The team is now focusing more on their F70/100 Fokker development. The entire cockpit has been overhauled from its little brother with this next generation release, and all the textures are receiving a revamp. Just Flight have mentioned in a recent development update that the Fokker F70 and F100 will be the most detailed airliner release from the in-house development team, and that includes new features that we haven't seen in some of their products before. Just Flight also mentioned in the same development update at the end of 2023, and they said that this is most likely their last airliner release for the 2024 year, and we should expect to see it towards the end of 2024. As with each aircraft that is mentioned in this video, we'll leave links in the description to all the development pages and YouTube channels so you can follow along and update yourself on the current projects. There is some other airliner projects that we may or may not make the release in 2024. The ones mentioned in this video are releases we are confident we should see this year, but it's just an educated guess, and the release dates can always change. If you're interested in any of these airliners, please consider subscribing, as we will follow the developments of the updates and include them in our upcoming videos throughout the year in our weekly news videos. And also, we would love to hear your comments below which airliner you are most excited to see release in 2024, and we look forward to seeing you on another video very, very soon.